know it's hot,
String?
and we're a little late as hell on this.
Well, yeah, a little bit, but
I talked
it's all
to the
good.
wife. She said she didn't think it was too late.
Well,
so,
and we had time to think about it, so that's all.
yeah.
We
Well,
had
I lost my list, so
yeah. So you're just winging it.
yeah, we are completely winging it. None of mine's in any order. Not even when it was released. I brought over some stuff. I was supposed to do 10, and I had 10. I have no idea what my paper says, but I know this was 7 that I had that I'd bought copies of. So
Well.
I figured this would.
So
work.
you got 7 out of the 10.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you do.
I'll do 10, 9, and 8,
All right.
and then we'll go from 7 down. How about that?
All right.
All right.
So you good? Start it off.
All right, so this is my number 10 of 2024. I had actually seen these, or I haven't seen these guys, but I'd seen them pop up. I don't know, might have been 2023. I think is when I first heard of them. It's been a while back, but they just put out their new album last year. So Unto Others. It's kind of a different band because they're kind of they're I guess heavy at one aspect, but at the same time they're kind of on the mellower side. But they're kind of it's a different kind of metal, and I thought it was a really, really good album. The Neverland. It came out in September. The band's from Portland, Oregon. It's kind of more of like a goth metal, I guess. I don't know, goth rock, heavy metal kind of a thing. And I picked out a couple songs that were my favorites on there. Suicide Today, Mama Likes the Door Closed, and they got a song, The Pet Cemetery from the Ramones. They do a cover of that. It's pretty good on there too. So
Heard that Ramones song for a while.
yeah, that's when I first heard it, I was like, well, I know this is a cover song, but I couldn't remember who the hell had done it. So then I had to look it up. So, but yeah, so that's a good cover. So at least check that out. But I would suggest looking up that album, Neverland. It's definitely something a little bit different. It's not like a lot of the other stuff that's coming out right now. And my number 9, band called Vulture. Their album Sentinels. They're out of Germany, and it came out in April last year. They're more of a speed thrash metal band, and they got a couple songs I wrote down here: Oathbreaker and Sentinels. And then I got Heavier Than Time, but then with the parentheses, I don't know why I put the parentheses on there, but anyway. And then my number 8, Toxikull. I think that's how you pronounce it. Toxikull. Under the Southern Light. That came out in February. They're from Portugal. They're more of like a speed, heavy metal. And I got the songs Night Shadows and Knights of Leather as my favorites on there. So I'll let you do your number 7 here.
All right, so like I said, mine's in no order. And actually, we was talking about this band earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Licks.
Yeah, Randy's got an appearance out there, but
yeah,
he was talking about Crazy Licks there.
Fun band. If you liked the hair band stuff in the 80s.
Yes, very, very much classic hair metal.
Yeah, you know who influenced. They're the guys that influenced these. And they do they do Sword and Stone. It was by Bonfire. That's the song that Kiss sold, but their version's freaking awesome. You know, Two Shots of Glory. And looks like it's got 12 songs on it. I haven't even opened it up, but we got streaming anymore. So
They're from overseas somewhere though, aren't they?
I think they're from Sweden. That's where that hot. That's the hot band for all that.
There's all kinds of that shit
music.
over there.
That's rock and roll city over there. It's kind of like the Sunset Strip of today. But yeah, coming in, my first one is getting Crazy Licks.
Crazy Licks.
Two Shots Glory.
Then even they got the look. I mean, they got kind of reminds you of like Motorhead kind of a look on what's that one where whatever album cover it was where they're wearing like the he's got like the cowboy kind of, not really a cowboy hat, but looks like he's got I can't zoom in on that, but but looks like he's got some guns there. The other guys got some cowboy hats, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the
they
Motorhead
got
cover.
Rated R, and it looks like a movie poster.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, I started listening to that the other day. That album, it came up on Spotify, and then I started listening to it. And like I told you earlier, I thought that was a brand new album, like it just came out. But yeah, see, that came out last year. So
I think if you're looking to dive into their stuff or check them out, I think when you say Safe Anywhere, everything seems like everything I've ever heard about.
I haven't heard a lot of their stuff yet, but I've heard some stuff over the last couple of years that, and I mean, if you like any of the classic hair metal stuff, I mean, that's definitely right in there. So if you like any of that, you're gonna like that. So you can't go wrong with that. My number 7, Power Flow. I don't know if you know much about them, but it's like I can't remember which one. It's one of the guys from Cypress Hill, and then one of the guys, I think it's one, maybe two guys from I can't think of the damn name of the band now. Billy, I got his name on here. Billy Grezidia. Biohazard, that's who it was. It's one of the guys from there. the I think it's the bass player, but it's kind of got like that same. It's got more of a the Power Flow has that more rap kind of feel to it, but it's kind of got that Biohazard and like some of that kind of similar to that. It's got the metal side to it, but it's got the rappy kind of lyrics with it.
It's funny that stuff's coming full circle.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
All the new metal.
Yeah, but it's Guerrilla Warfare is the name of the album. It's like I say, it's kind of like that hardcore rap metal kind of sound to it. Some of my favorite songs on that album was Drinking Beer and Getting Loud and War Machine. So you can't go wrong with songs
Is
like
War Machine, that ain't
no.
that ain't Kiss song.
No. But you can't
you
go
know
wrong
Bryan
with Drinking
Adams
Beer
wrote
and Getting
that
Loud.
song?
Bryan Adams?
Wrote War Machine.
No, I did not know that.
I didn't know that. I heard it here a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's odd. Yeah, I wouldn't have ever guessed that. But
No.
so that's my number 7.
All right, my number 6 is they were they're a band from the late '80s, kind of come along very tail end of the ride. Just their new Babylon ADs. Rome wasn't built in a day. Freaking, I think it's an incredible CD. It's released on Paris Records. Some of the standout tracks is the theme song "Rome wasn't built in a day," and there's a couple. So "The Face of God's" a good song. "Looking for a Heartbeat," but it's like. It just sounds like Babylon AD if they was releasing an album today.
And you told me about that, but I just couldn't get into it. I tried listening to it, and it was just like, I don't know if it was just what, sometimes you hear something, and if you're not quite in the mood to listen to something like that, you're just not going to like it. So I don't know, maybe that's what it was. I don't know. And maybe I need to go back and try it again and see, but I just couldn't get into it.
Well, our friend Ray, the one we met down at Dr. Pepper, He was like you, because I told him, he's like, man, I'm a big fan of them. He's like, man, I didn't like it as well as I did. He's like, I didn't care much for it, and I was like, well, I thought it was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal album. I bought it. I've listened to it all the way through, streamed it, and I was like, well, I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to go ahead and support them because it's a freaking good album.
Mm-hmm.
And them guys, especially guys like that, they don't have a lot coming in.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. So anytime you can support them, definitely.
Yes,
go for
buy.
it.
Yeah, always buy. If you want to look how to support a band, I heard they make pretty good money on their CDs too and albums and the shirts. I mean, buy their swag. If you want to support a band, that's the best way to support them nowadays.
Yeah, because it used to be the CDs, and then it was like, no, you had to go see them live to help really support them and then let them. That's how they made their money, was going and playing live and then supporting them that way. And then it was like, well, no, they're not really making as much money off of that now.
Yeah,
it's like you
got
to go to the websites and then buy the stuff or buy the merch at the shows. But even when you buy the merch at the shows, you're still, I mean, sometimes they got to pay so much. The venue's getting so much of their merch sales, and I don't know, it's crazy. And it's just like, if that's the case, that's a whole rabbit hole. I'm not getting. We want to get at that, but it's sad, but it's any way that you can help support the bands, definitely.
And if you can get off their website, because directly, so I know like Dangerous Toys, I had bought some stuff from them, and I got off their website because it goes directly to them. Nobody else has got their.
And a lot of bands that anymore, it seems like they really have control over. Over everything that they're selling. So if you can go buy anything off the website, it definitely helps them a lot. So
What you got for numbers?
All right, my number 6 is Opeth. It had been a long time since, well, I don't want to say a long time. It's been several years since the last album that had came out, and I was really looking forward to this album. It was a little different from the last couple albums, but it was still very good. And this was a concept album. But The Last Will and Testament, they're the band from Sweden. If you're not real sure, they were more. It's a death metal. I guess you could call them a death metal band. They used to be all growl, grit vocals, and now it's more clean. It's more of a progressive like metal type of band. Which they still had that progressive sound, but it was just more death metal, growly vocals before. Now it's just clean vocals, but it's all of the songs are like paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. So it was kind of like a story, like somebody was telling a story. So paragraph 1 and paragraph 5 are my favorite tracks off the album.
They got a female singer?
No,
All right.
no, it's all guys.
All right. I wasn't sure. I've never.
You're
listened.
thinking OTEP.
All right.
Yeah, they have a female singer, and
Yeah,
she's
it's
pretty
like-
growly. Yeah, I was never a big fan of that band. I seen them. I want to say it was up somewhere around Baltimore. I ended up seeing them. They opened up, and I didn't care for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
And I've heard stuff of theirs over the last, I don't know. Well, I don't know if they're even still around anymore, but back then, I mean, I'd heard a couple different songs, so it wasn't just like I heard one song and then I hated them. It's just like I'd heard a lot of stuff and I just never cared for them. But so you got your number 5.
All right, so I'm gonna might rant about this. I don't know. This man right here pisses off a lot of people. He pisses me off. He was the one to leave, said fuck America, and I mean he does a lot of shit pisses me off. And it's no wonder he's not with the band he was with anymore. But I'll give the man one thing: he can write some damn good music. I mean, he's all the time got good stuff coming out. We watched, that video this year, and everything on here is just as good as that song. It's the new Sebastian Bach. I mean, he was all pissy about the election, and something else he was pissy about, and I'm like, dude, you just pissed me off.
He's definitely been in. I don't want to say controversial type subjects, but he's definitely been. He's very vocal about his feelings, I guess you could say, in some things being more controversial, like the election and that kind of stuff. But yeah, he doesn't ever hold back on whatever he's thinking. He just lets it roll out there and tells everybody whether they want to hear it or not. And sometimes that's a good thing.
And I understand. It's like, and I hear this stuff, and I'm like, dude, there's no I understand completely why Skid Row don't want him. Mm-hmm. Why you want to deal with that?
Yeah.
I mean, is it worth it? No, it's not. Evidently, when Lizzie Hill can knock it out of the park on her own, and
I mean, we've definitely seen that.
Eric knocked it out of the park. Yeah. You don't have nearly the drama.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, new Sebastian Bach was Child in Man. I think's the name of it. But Child Within the Man. Great album. Check it out.
What was the song that we done?
I got
Everybody Believes. What the hell song was that? I don't even remember what the song was.
See, he released a good many of them.
Because that was like the very first one.
What I got to lose? What I got to lose?
All right, yeah.
But yeah, that night we listened to that, I was like, holy shit, this is pretty good. Yeah. But it was like, and when I bought the thing, it was like, it's really no clunkers on it. I mean, I played, it's a playthrough album.
I don't think I haven't actually listened to this album yet. I know, other than I think that song, and it was one other song, I think, didn't he? It was what was the second song? You remember what that one?
I don't know. He's released like 4 or 5 tracks of it.
I don't know. It might have been the third song. I don't know. I remember it was listening to like 2 different songs. I mean, I know we did a reaction to the one, but
he's got like John Fives on it. And there's like all kinds of.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of people on there, isn't it?
Yeah. All kinds of appearances. I think Steve Stevens is on it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there's all kinds of. But yeah, everybody check out the new Sebastian Bach. Just overlook him.
Yeah, just don't pay attention to what he says. online.
Yeah, because he runs his mouth a little bit too much. But I will admit he can write some good music, and he's been.
And he wasn't too bad the last time we saw him either.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time before that wasn't the greatest, but
I know
the last time he did sound a lot better.
He's got some stuff going on. I ain't gonna get into this, but I've read some stuff the other day he's got going on with the guy from
See, now it's
Something
happening
in
to you.
Reverse.
Oh, I think I remember.
Anyway, the
Following Reverse.
Yeah, Following in Reverse with about the laptops.
Oh,
And now
and
there's
like
some stuff that he's got going on with Brent Woods. That's the dude who's playing guitar for Sebastian. Was in Wildside, but I ain't gonna get into that. I'll tell you that off there.
okay.
Because if nobody knows, look it up. It's pretty interesting. There's a whole lot of stuff brewing there. But
All right. Yep.
anyway, go on.
All right. So my number 5 is Judas Priest, Invincible Shield. I mean, I think everybody knows who Judas Priest is.
That was on my list.
Yeah.
I now that I think about it.
That one came out in March, and I know we did. Invincible Shield. Maybe Trial by Fire. Might have been Trial by Fire too. Those two songs were some of my favorites, and then Crown of Horns. That one's pretty good too. So,
and a lot of people. I heard a couple of reviews I listened to that everybody had this on there.
Yeah.
And they was talking about it's not firepower.
No,
but it's pretty damn good.
It's right behind. I think it falls right behind it, but it's still a damn good album.
It takes a lot to beat Firepower, because Firepower was a good.
Yeah, and I think album. When they, I don't want to say they came out swinging with that one, because it's not like he's put out shitty music, or all of them really have put out anything shitty over the last couple of years, but yeah, that album when it came out, it was like like it really.
Yeah, I still.
It was like, oh my goodness.
Hearing that, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. And that's not a slouch by far.
No, yeah.
I want that album to follow.
Yeah.
A powerhouse album like that. I mean,
it's damn good. And
it's hard to get lightning in a bottle that many times.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you figure the course of their whole career and stuff that they put out. I mean,
and you're still putting
a lot
out
of good shit. Yeah,
stuff.
they got a lot of good shit out there. And to me, a lot of people want to put them up against Iron Maiden. I put Priest ahead of Iron Maiden a lot. I mean,
I think they're releasing better music. Right now.
I think album for album over the course of their careers, I think Judas Priest has it. But I'm not down anybody that likes Iron Maiden. I like Iron Maiden too, but I put them in behind.
I like Priest a little bit more.
Yeah. All right, you're number 4.
All right, so my next one is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Crossbones Skelly. I'm thinking the guy's from Alice Cooper and has an AC/DC sound, and everybody knows who AC/DC is.
Oh, I hope they do.
And we talked. This album was a review I'd heard, and they said the same thing. They're like, there's AC/DC has influenced a lot of bands.
Oh, absolutely.
Tons and tons of bands that you don't even really think about that AC/DC's influence.
Well, even bands that may not have that sound, they're still influenced.
Yeah.
And they may have their own sound, but they're still heavily influenced a lot of bands.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons. AC/DC has such a huge fan base; it's unreal. And to do what they've done over the years is pretty impressive. But anyway, if you like that kind of simple rock and roll, distorted guitars, dirty guitars, and kind of like that raspy voice, check these guys out. Crossbones Skelly, pretty good stuff.
All right. So I got my number 4, and I think Fred got me into them because we were sending stuff back and forth all the time and on Messenger, and he's like, oh, check this band out, tell me what you think of them, and I'll do the same thing to him. And most of the time we're on the same page about stuff. We always like the same stuff. And Suicidal Angels was brought to my attention. They're a band from Greece. They had their album Profane Prayer just came out last year, and then let's see, that came out March last year. Thrash metal, very
like
good.
Old school thrash.
They have like an old school kind of a thrash sound.
I think I remember him. He might have sent me that.
Yeah, I mean it's killer shit. So some of my favorite songs on there, when the lions die, and Virtues of Destruction. Damn good stuff. So yeah, definitely go check them out. I mean,
Yeah, I'll check them out.
they're on YouTube's. You can go
On the
to find them
YouTubes,
on the
everybody's
tubes of
on
you.
YouTubes.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like you got more than 3 left there, so you might.
No, I only got 3 left.
You got 4. Don't you?
No,
That's a double. Okay, I see. And the way
Yeah,
that thing
that's-
was. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so me and my buddy Wes, he got me into these guys, and I've become a big fan. Blacktop Mojo, Pollen. It's typical Blacktop Mojo. This album, when I first listened to it, I wasn't all in. There was stuff that's jumped out. Man, the more I listened to it, every time I was into it more. Now I'm all in. I think it's a great album. I mean, it's got some variety of stuff. Like there's a song here, As the Light Fades. Yeah, it's really good. I can't remember. There's a song here that reminds you of a Bob Seger song. But but the whole thing's really good.
I think I started listening to it, and then I switched over off of that. Just wasn't in the mood to listen to that, and I went to something else, and then I never did go back and listen to the rest of it. But I did start listening to it, and it was pretty good from what I listened to.
Yeah, Born to Lose is probably, I'm looking through it, is probably my favorite track on there. But yeah, and if you get a chance, go check them out. They're fucking incredible live, and they're great guys.
Those guys are super cool. They're
we've
so
met
down to
them a couple
earth,
times.
and they're kind of like the guys in Jackal. They're just down to earth and want to have a good time, and just super friendly. Good, like they're from Texas. I think most all the guys were from Texas.
They're all, well, except for Chuck. He's not in.
Yeah,
I think
but
all of them are now.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
Chuck's with Flaw now.
yeah. So at the time, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, those guys, they got the good Southern hospitality. So
Yes, go check them out, and hell, even reach out to them if you want to. They're cool guys.
Yeah,
I'm sure
they-
they'll respond.
Cat, he's on. I know he's on
TikTok,
Facebook and TikTok and all that, and he gets on there and talks with everybody, and
Yeah, I know he's the very first interview we did. Boy, I was nervous as hell.
yeah,
And, but yeah, he was a lot of fun. He made us comfortable, and
Oh, yeah.
the interview went great. And he made us want to do it more. So he'll always have that. We'll always be in his pocket. His first interview. So
Yep. yeah, because we joked about because we weren't supposed to interview him. It was supposed to have been
the lead singer.
yeah, the singer, and we got switched up, and he couldn't do it for some reason. So he was like, "Cat's gonna do it."
Yes, and now we've made it a point that probably we've got one more to interview, and then Matt. I think
will
we're
be
gonna make Matt the last.
We'll make him the last one. All right. Well. All right. So my number 3 is what did I write down? L.A. I thought they were from Seattle, but they're from L.A., California. A band called Witherfall. The album is Sounds of the Forgotten. They're more of a melodic, like prog metal type sound. Very, very good. I think I came across them on just popped up on. I think it was on YouTube is where I came across them. Just one of those that you click on 500 other videos, and all this one pops up, and so let's see what this is. It was one of those deals, and I was like, damn, this guy's got a killer voice, and the music is just killer. It's super progressive, got great guitar parts and stuff in it. It's damn good shit. But a couple of my favorite songs on here, they will let you down, and Where Do I Begin, and then they got a cover of Aerosmith's King and Queens on there too.
Cool.
And I wasn't real
Is
familiar.
it heavy?
No, it's kind of more mellow.
more like-
It's more like because I had to go back because I don't know if I ever remember even hearing that song before, so I had to go back and listen to it, and I was like, damn, they actually did a pretty good version of that because it's more to the traditional type of sound for it. So yeah, definitely go check them out. They're pretty good song.
Well, I'm kind of like you on cover tunes, so yeah, I might want to have to hear that.
I don't know. I know it's on Spotify within the album. I don't know if they actually released it like a video or anything. It might be on YouTube, but you can look it up. So that puts you on your number 2.
All right, so my number 2, is The Other Side, Mick Mars solo album, The Other Side of Mars.
Outside Mars.
And I will say the his album's much better than the Cruise EP. But it sounds current, but it sounds like something that I probably won't listen to in a couple of years. It just sounds really good right now, but nothing really. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. It's a really good album. It's got some really good music, but it just sounds like it's not going to age well. I guess maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But as far as when I put it in, listen to it, it's a solid album. I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. Like I said, his stuff is much better than the Cruise stuff that he's doing right now. I just was expecting a little bit more bluesy, and there's one song there's real bluesy, but I was expecting Mick, he's always been
he's always had that bluesy kind of sound to him,
and I just figured it'd be more like this. But still, it's worth checking out. It sounds current and it's good. It's not really any clunkers on it. It's just like I don't know how I feel about it 10 years from now.
Yeah, that's one of them albums you have to pull it back out later and check it out again and see. So my number 2, this band here, man, I was like, I'd seen them. Our late friend David, I went to see this band at Jack's years and years and years ago, and I really wasn't too familiar with a lot of their stuff back then, but got into them there, and I was pretty good, keeping up with them there for a while, and then I think they kind of during that whole late 90s kind of thing there, where all the bands were going sideways and going under and going off to other sounds or whatever. I kind of lost track of them, and then they came back and they were putting some stuff out, and it wasn't until like, I don't know, early last year I think I came back across Flotsam and Jetsam, and I went back and was listening to a lot of their not older albums, but more recent albums. I was like, damn, like I've been missing out, like this is some good shit. So last year they put out in September, they put out I Am the Weapon. So they're more on the thrashy side if you're not familiar with them. But they got the title track, I Am the Weapon. That's a really, really good song. And then the song Primal are some of my favorites. And yeah, if you liked them back then, I think, back in, they've been around since the early 80s. Yeah. But if you like the earlier stuff and you haven't heard them for a while, definitely go check them back out again, because I think I like their sound. Not that they've really changed their sound a lot. It's still got that thrashier kind of sound to it, but it's just, I don't know, his voice, man. He's got a great voice, and just like a lot of guys now, they just don't sound as good. And he's got a killer voice still. He's still got. I mean, for being around that long, and they haven't lost anything.
Well, if you watch his channel, I'm sure a lot of people know if you watch his channel, but if you don't, that's where Jason come from, Newsted. Jason Newsted, that was his. He left Flotsam and Jetsam to go to Metallica.
Yeah.
So just a little tidbit.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that know that, but there's a lot of people that didn't know that either too. Yeah, Flotsam. I mean, like I said, I kept up with them there for a while, and then just like I said, back when all the bands were kind of going away, I want to say. I don't want to say he did country, but it seems like he went and was doing some country stuff there for a little while. But then when he came back, I guess I just didn't pick up on it right away. And then
I didn't know that.
I think so. Don't quote me on that, but I want to say that's what he.
Well, I didn't keep up with him.
Yeah, that's the way with me. I kind of lost track. You listen to what's current, and
stuff
there was back then. The sound for everything was changing, and a lot of bands just went away for a long time, and so you just didn't know. But anyway, you're number 1.
Well, and I done cheated. I looked at Strings number 1, and
no,
I think it's going to be my number 1.
Well, you can have a tie.
Well, I didn't say no orders. So
well, yeah, you did say, you did.
And we did review this album, and I actually enjoyed reviewing this album. I think it's a damn good album.
Yeah,
this
it really
blues
was.
album.
Yeah.
Is Slash's Orgy of the Damned. Everybody needs to check it out. This thing's got tons of good. Hoochie Coochie Man, speaking as Easy Top we did a little bit ago. And then we done The Killing Floor, which was freaking awesome. And a lot of people don't even know Steven Tyler's actually on that too. And he's playing the harmonica.
Yep.
But yeah, this thing had. I mean, pretty much everybody he done Crossroads by Gary Clark Jr. And everybody he had on here. You know, I liked Demi Lovato's song that Papa was a Rolling Stone.
I really enjoyed that. That was really
probably
good. I think I remember that one being pretty high on my list of my top songs on that.
Yeah, Stormy Monday with Beth Hart. That was, I mean, the whole thing's really good. It's worth checking out, except for that Awful Dream.
Oh yeah, that was like the worst song on there.
Yeah,
he liked that for some. Well, but Love's got a little bit different taste than we do, so you know, I can see him liking that, and he. I think even some of the stuff that I picked that I liked, I think you didn't have as maybe as high as what I did, but yeah, you and I both agreed on that song. That was horrible.
Yeah,
that song sucked. Yeah, that was like, oof.
And yeah, Strings Number One is my number one.
Yeah,
and we did a review.
We did a review on this album, and it I don't remember how many times I listened to it. It was a lot. And it was just like every time I listened to it, it just kept getting better and kept getting better and better. And I was like, holy shit, like, wow, this is such a great album. And even the couple of songs on there that I don't want to say that I disliked the songs. They were probably my least favorite of the tracks. Were still really, really good.
Yeah, and the bangers were bangers.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, even the ones I didn't care for as much were still really, really good songs. But I went with The Warning. Keep Me Fed, them sisters from Mexico. So, yeah, the 6 Feet Deep. Because even after listening to it, and then after doing the review, I went back. You know, of course, I was listening to all this stuff, you know, and compiling my list and writing down the songs and stuff. And then I went back and looked to see after I wrote my favorite songs, just to see if my taste had changed. And I think they were still pretty up there high on the
like
the numbers as far as my favorites.
Got some bangers on it.
Yeah, so 6 Feet Deep, Apologize, and Hell You Call a Dream were.
Yeah, Hell You Call a Dream is probably.
Yeah,
that's
highlight. And I think they've been putting stuff out on Instagram and putting all kinds of stuff on YouTube. I've seen, but they're always putting stuff on Instagram too. And it's just like I see all these like live clips, and I guess they were on. Was it Kelly Clarkson? She's got a TV show, and I think they did that Hell You Call a Dream on that.
Check that out.
Yeah,
maybe do a.
Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, so that was a damn good album. And some of these other albums, they were really, really good. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, I got to make that my number one. Yeah. It was just too good not to. I had a couple honorable mentions on here, which I just came across this band late last year. Neckbreaker. They had an album called Within the Viscera. Let's see. I thought I wrote down where they were from. Oh, Denmark. They're more of a death metal. Got a little bit of a thrashy kind of sound with it. Really, really good. And I liked the songs Horizon of Spikes and Face Splitting Madness. You can't go wrong with that. So, but yeah, there was. I thought I had another honorable mention on there too, but I guess I didn't put it on there. But yeah, when you and I were talking about doing this, and I was like, I don't even know if I've listened to 10 albums from this year. And then I got to look, and I was like, shit, I've probably listened to 15 albums from this year, because this was last year when we were talking about it. And so yeah, and then I was like, man, then I got to narrow all this down. And
well, anyway, when he mentioned that to me, I was like, well, I'm going to have to 5, because that's all I know. And then I was like you, I lost my list, so there's still some stuff that I forgot, I can't believe I forgot The Warning, because that album we even reviewed it, and how good it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, that
and I still listen to it.
The Judas Priest.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, because I don't think any of the other stuff I had, most of the stuff I had, I knew was going to be different than what you had. If anything, I figure maybe Judas Priest or the Warning might be on your list, but yeah.
So that wraps her up. That was our 2024.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff that came out, a lot more than I realized. Because it's bad. Well, I haven't bought a lot of CDs, and kind of doing this, you kind of got me over to Spotify, and it's so easy to just get on there and scroll through stuff and find new music, and then going back and listening to stuff, I was like, well, shit, I didn't know this came out last year, or whatever. And it's like, man, it's like I actually went and did a Google search of all the metal albums that came out last year, and I was like, oh shit, forgot about that one. Oh shit, forgot about that one. And so
my list is so long. I was telling him there was like even I was looking through this. Got Electric Boys got some new stuff out called Junk in Trunk. I was like, I've just got stuff wrote down. Like, man, we need to check this out. But then I just keep writing and writing.
It's like it's going to be a never ending.
The Rocket Mafia, and there's like tons of stuff on there. But hopefully we get rolling back. We ain't so backlogged anymore.
Yeah, well, and I guess now we'll be paying attention to the bands that are coming out or the albums that are coming out this year. So
yeah,
we hitting the 2025 one here before too long. It'll be over before we know it, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're expecting. Hope we can do big things with the channel this year.
Yeah, hopefully so. I mean,
it seems like we're doing a little bit better in the interview department. We've got a PR guy now. So
yeah, Wes is.
Thanks, Wes, a bunch for that.
Yeah, Wes is taking over, and
we got Rob hooked us up with the place, and this seems like it's gonna work out good.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna try to. We got plenty of stuff in here we can use for props, and we'll move some stuff around from time to time, and so we'll have some different things in our backdrop. We got our show shirt here, and
our buddy Stacy Dove. We're actually in front of his stand.
And then we got some stuff over here.
We might bring some stuff over here.
I mean, we got a deer, we got a boar, and we got all kinds of
we got our whole merch stand right there.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff in here. So yeah, we'll get creative with it, and getting excited about putting some new stuff out. So wrap this one up, and we'll move on to the next one. You gotta warm that thing up. Make sure you hold your tongue right.
All right.
See
y'all. Stay safe, stay strong.
Thanks for hanging. Peace.